Well, hey everybody, welcome to the Crypto Treehouse. My name is Red Baron. Thank you very much for joining us. I've been away for a while. I apologize. I'm a busy boy. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look and see what's going on in the markets here real quick. Before we do that, let me get a couple seconds here. I'm going to go back into silent mode here for just a couple minutes, wait for some of my mainliners and some of my old schoolers to join, get some of my mods into the chat here, and I'll be right with you here. I'm going to go ahead and get a few things set up. Go ahead, as I always do at the top of the show, put notices out to social media, and then we'll go ahead and we will start crypto therapy. Could one of you guys give Red Bear or his domain, my mods, a notice and let them know that we've got stuff going on? I know this is kind of a middle of the late afternoon on Saturday U.S. time, so I know they're not used to me coming online here. So could you guys let them know I'm live so they can put out social media stuff? It's the computers run very slow today. Obviously, the whole internet's running, so we had problems doing coding last night on the website. So if you guys could do me a favor, just kind of put some stuff out on social media and let people know for me here real quick. I'll be right with you. Okay, guys, thank you very much for joining me. I know this is kind of an impromptu thing. I'm getting a lot of messages. Where are you at? Where are you at? The market's melting down. Everybody's freaking out. There's really not that much to say, guys. I warned you this was going to happen. I told you it was going to go up like this. So I am playing right now. I'm doing some stuff with what's going on. I'm taking advantage of it. I don't want to say that I'm diving in headlong into it because I'm certainly not. Because my position has not changed one little bit. We are going down, down. That being said, I'm getting an awful lot of. I'm going to kind of hold back the finer points here a little bit because I want more people in the chat. I'm going to get us up here to a reasonable thing because I know I'm going to have to repeat myself, and I'm doing an awful lot of repeating myself lately because the people that are listening to this live stream are not listening when I'm talking. So we're going to wait until everybody gets into the chat here, and so that way everybody can kind of hear what I have to say, so I don't have to go back again and again and again. So. Thank you very much, Soon. Appreciate it. I'm not feeling very amazing right now. I feel like crap. I've been staying up again. I'm back into crypto vampire mode again, staying up till way late in the night. So you just, God, the way the markets are moving now, it's like, I dare you to try and sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning U.S. time. Give me a break. So I'm always the last to leave the party. I'm not about to go to bed when I see stuff. I know about 2-3 of my mods and I are up till like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. So it's always like the same 6 or 7 culprits that are U.S. culprits that are on the website or on the Discord at the same time because none of us can sleep. We all know what happens when we go to bed. So Asia comes online 9 o'clock Central Chicagoland time, and all hell breaks loose. So you wake up and you go, "What the hell happened?" I really don't like the "what the hell happened" mornings. I get enough of those already. So I like to kind of see it and be able to deal with it. So that's kind of what I've been doing, is staying up late. So got up at 10 o'clock this morning. So that's actually early for me. So pardon me. You guys that are new to the live stream, by the way, thank you very much. Hang out here. We'll get to the meat and potatoes of this here. A lot of really cool stuff to show you guys today here, and just a lot of stuff. Chase, our web guru, the guy that puts together Fibby charts, and he's pretty much the guru that makes everything happen. I'm just the guy that makes squiggles on charts. He's really the genius that makes everything happen. So this is his project from the start, and so he's really upped his game. Every time he touches it, he ups his game. But this time, I'm telling you what, it's a thing of beauty. So we'll go over that here in a little bit. Guys, got any questions for me here? I'll just kill a little time. If you guys got anything, don't ask me about charts yet. But don't ask me if the market's going to go up or down. We'll cover that here in just a second. But anything else you want to know about? I will talk about Vegas. I'll tell you honestly, guys, I'm really not feeling too good about Vegas. I'm really not. As much as, believe me, nobody wants to go to Vegas and have a good time October 30th more than I do. But I have my sincere doubts by what I see coming down the pike here, socially, economically. I just don't think that I want to go put myself out there, and definitely put you guys out there for what's coming. Just because many of you guys that subscribe already know who I am and how plugged in I am to what's really going on the world stage, and so. Take it from me. When I say this is not a good time to get in your car. Definitely to get in a plane, fly across country, go stay in a place you should not be. So I think unless something changes, I think probably we're not going to be doing Vegas. As heartbreaking as that is. Now we might very well do a lighter version of that, but I'm talking about being able to go bring in 500 people and do like a full-on 3-day seminar type thing. We might possibly do a meetup. Or something like that. I think a lot of you guys would like to do that, but that'll be kind of an unplanned thing. Might still be around the same time. We'll kind of play that by ear. And I don't think that really changes anybody's opinion on whether they're going to get in their car and go, anything like that. But the putting together a seminar, putting together a 3-day or 2.5-day event is extremely, extremely regimented. You have to have a certain amount of things that are going. You got to get the hotels, you got to get the ballrooms, you got to get the PA systems, the entertainment. I mean, it's a lot. And if any of those things fall apart, then what do you got? You got a group of not happy people sitting around expecting to see something they're not seeing. I don't want to do that to you guys, and so I have huge reservations whether this would even come together if we were through the best of intents. So I think we're probably going to take a hard pass on this for right now. But meetups probably will happen sometime in October. Somewhere probably around Vegas or whatever. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys informed on that. All right, so we got enough people in the group here. So how's everybody doing? Thank you, everybody that's new to the group. Thank you, everybody that's just kind of coming into the chat right now. My name is Red Baron. I'm from the unfairadvantage.chat. That's our free Discord, and we are a group of people that are hardcore crypto investors. We don't mess around. We're not skateboard kids. We take our investments seriously. And if you'd like to find yourself in a group that really does take crypto seriously. No spammers, no flame wars, no whatever. This is a home I think you will love. The people that come in, stay in, they love it. They like the group. We have a lot of old schoolers that are still in, a year and a half later since we brought this thing to pass. And you can join us by simply going to the unfairadvantage.chat. And when you click on that, that's basically an invite. You'll say you've been invited to the crypto group by Red Baron. That would be me. Simply click on that and then follow the instructions. You have to click on the little magic chicken bone icon twice. Click once, click twice. That's how you get in. If you don't click it twice, you're just going to stand on the door and no one's going to answer and let you in. So you have to click that twice. That's how we know that you're human. So tonight we're going to be, this early evening, we're going to be using charts that are provided by FibbyCharts.com. So let's go ahead and jump right on into that. And that's their website right here, FibbyCharts.com. Now I want to show you right straight at the top. If you'd like to use the charts that I'm using, or they're powered by AI. ISIS is our AI system. It's our automated intelligence system that does predicting, future forecast predicting, and is unbelievably accurate. Getting almost upwards of almost 95% accuracy. So those are odds that would get you chucked right out of Vegas. So right now, currently, we have been, if you've watched any of the past shows, you guys are already members of our live stream. Those guys that are new, you're about to see something that no one's seen before. This is our brand new Platinum Pro platform that we have. So let me show you the before, and then let me show you the after. It's quite a thing of beauty. So we've been working with, so you can subscribe, by the way, before we get into this. This is what our standard subscription package looks like, or their standard subscription package looks like. This is Platinum. We have them all the way down to Bronze, Silver, Gold, and obviously we'll get into that here in just a second. But this is Platinum. This was pretty much the creme de la creme for the thing, for the subscription package. And it covers roughly about 95 to 97 different Prime tokens. And it's a good thing. We've had a lot of people make thousands and thousands of dollars off it. Now, Chase, the mastermind that creates this website, that owns this website, he's created something called Platinum Pro. Get a load of this. 5 times the information. This thing is a monster. It's filled with all kinds of data and information and research. So now you can research on 5 different levels of charting. So there's over 500 charts in this thing. Now, basically what this is, let me give you a good example here. So the old way of going is anytime you click one of these coins, it basically takes you to the 15-minute chart. But now we've added 1 hour, 6 hour, 1 day, 1 week. And additional, you got research. Anything you want to know about basically takes you straight to CoinGecko with 1 click. You can find historical data. You can find anything you need to know, where to trade it, what's been tweeting, the backside. It's wonderful. I mean, it's one-stop shopping. That's what we try to do when we put these things together, is to be able to make this so that you literally don't have to go outside of our ecosphere to be able to function as an investor. So now also, in addition to this, let me call it one other thing here. He has got a new program called Hot Watch, which Hot Watch is basically what this is a lot of you guys are new or are really busy, and you don't have time to hover over these charts. And so it's been something that we've been working on for a long, long time, to be able to give you guys notices. Okay, it's time to buy. Okay, it's time to sell. Or we think it's time to buy. We think, we don't give financial advice, obviously. None of us do. This is do your own homework, wear your big boy, big girl pants. But we're providing you targets that we think you do what you want to do. You walk your own road. If we walk along together along the same path, so be glad to have you along the journey. But basically what we do as we provide under Hot Watch, we show you, like, if I'm making a move, if there's a move to be made, it pops up in Hot Watch. And let me take you on that. Pipes through the Discord. So if you subscribe to Hot Watch, which you can do on your own, you can subscribe to Hot Watch at any level, even if you're not a subscriber to the charts. Hot Watch will pop up and tell you anything that we think is of key interest. Like, we just hit a key buy level, we just hit a key sell level. Right now, we're going to be talking about an awful lot of that stuff in the live stream tonight, because there's a lot of things that have happened. And so let's jump over to show you what Hot Watch looks like, and I'll can the sales pitch here, and we'll get on to the meat and potatoes. There's just a lot of things to go over. I want to make sure you see what's going on here. So hang on just a second. Let me get Discord called up. So you guys have joined us at the unfairadvantage.chat. This is what our Discord looks like. And basically it has different levels. So if you guys are subscribed to Gold, you get a VIP chat, which basically you do not see from the outside. If you're just coming in, we have a public version of this. But you also, when you get into the Gold level, you get into a VIP chat, which basically has some predictions, and it has key charts and stuff like that, there's a lot more intense discussion. Now, when you get into platinum, standard platinum, not platinum pro, when you get into platinum, platinum is the next level up above that, where there's even more charts, there's even more predictions, there's actually a wider variety of coins. And you can find out, if you want to know more about that, just simply go to right here. If you want to know what's involved and all that, just go to Tell Me More, and it'll show you what you basically get from all the different packages. There's bronze, there's silver. Gold is where you really start to step up. You get a chat with gold. You don't get a VIP chat or VIP videos like I do right now. I do some of these videos I do sometimes just for the people that are in the subscribers. So you get the most by being in VIP, which is gold or platinum. Platinum is kind of pretty much where it goes. So platinum is all these coins. You get the gold access, you get the platinum access. Now, if you step up above that, you get what we're going to be using today, which is Platinum Pro, which is that platform that I just showed you. You get all these coins on 5 different chart levels, and there's a lot. It's just choking down the information. There's so much of it, but it's a good thing. Once you understand how to use it, it's a powerful platform. You don't worry about information overload. If I can do it, you can do it. It's not that hard. So one more thing here. Let me take a look at Hotwatch. So Hotwatch is unlocked for you as a VIP, and this is basically what happens: is you get these charts that pipe in. So if we see something, this will pop in and it'll tell you, like, a green bull, we're heading up, a red bull or a red bear, it's heading down. And so it'll pop up automatically. So if you've got the app on your phone, on your smartphone for Discord, this room will notify you live within 1 second of a move. So a lot of you guys that are in the chats and stuff like that, I've seen this for months and months and months. You're like, well, God, I got to work. I'm at work and I missed this, but if I only would have known. Well, Hotwatch will stop that from happening. If you God forbid you should have a life, but some of you do. But if you're out there and you just basically got to live your life, you have your grocery store. I mean, I'm known to wander away from the charts once in a while. Not very often, but I'm known to. So if I got my smartphone with me, my smartphone will pop up and say, "Oh my God, Bitcoin just hit, just like it just did. Tested. This was a big one, guys. This tested upward resistance and it popped in." So we just put this thing live just 2-3 days ago, and it's already starting to send out. Now, the other thing that we're upgrading on this that's going to start happening this week is it's not only is it going to give you a chart, or it's not only going to give you a warning, but it's also going to give you a supporting chart with it. So you'll be, okay, well, what's going on? You'll have a visual representation right there in front of you of exactly what's going on. So you can see it, deal with it. And if you like to trade on your phone, which you guys know my stance on that, but if you like to trade on your phones, you literally got all the information you need to make an accurate, intelligent decision right there. You don't have to run home, fire up the PC and whatever. So now this service here comes with Platinum Pro. Right now, Platinum Pro is on sale. He's got basically 50% off. It's 30% off of the standard price, but he's throwing in Hotwatch with it. So you're getting all those charts in Platinum Pro, plus you're getting Hotwatch for the price that he's got it set at. Once you subscribe to that, you're locked in for life. As long as you keep your subscription active on that, it will just automatically stay that. So the price does not go up as long as you stay active on that subscription. All right, so that being said, that was a mouthful. Hang on just a second here. Let me get everything all fired up, and let's take a look and see what's left of the market. So I'm going to start with Platinum Pro because I really, really like this thing. I haven't really used much of anything since he put this thing online. So he's still, this basically means we're still adding some charts down to the bottom, but I've got the key charts. So you guys that are in Diamond program, you have immediate access to this right now. So you can start using it. And anybody that wants to subscribe to it can obviously do that too. So let's take a look at Bitcoin and see what's doing here. So I'm going to go ahead and really use this thing the way that you should use it. I'm going to open up several charts, and we're going to look at several different things at once. See, this is the beauty of this. You can really back up and get a macro and a micro view all at once. So let's take a look at the 1 week. So the 1 week here, let's start with that. So my live streams are going to change an awful lot too, because I'm going to have a lot more charts and a lot more macro and micro interpretation. So you're going to see this thing used the way that it should be used from this forecast or from this broadcast forward. So you'll get a feel for this thing because you'll see me use it every single time. All right, so this is basically, this wavy line is kind of my line of no return. I mean, if we get over the wavy line, then, you know, party's over, for the drop party's over, and she's off to the races. Now, my last little I'll call it visitation to this. I said, now we're probably going to hit in this box, and what do you know? I mean, we didn't hit this box. We hit exactly in this box, the top of this box. I mean, when I tell you this stuff, I'm not kidding around. My estimation is we would probably cap out, and that's exactly what we did, right inside of this box. Now, where we're at here, let me give you kind of the nickel tour of what I'm expecting to happen here on the 1 week. So let's look at all the MACD here. We've rolled a great. Now each one of these represents. Now we have to have kind of a different conversation. We're no longer talking about just 15-minute charts. We have to make sure when I talk, you understand what I'm talking about. Now we might be talking about 1 week, 1 week, 1 day, few hours, whatever. We're working with multiple charts. So past live streams are just a test taste of what's to come here. So you have to make sure that you understand what I'm talking about when I show you a chart. You can always see it right up here in the corner. And by the way, all the charts, the new charts now, all have ISIS powered. ISIS 2.0 has been brought online. That's our adaptive AI program that predicts all these lines and puts all these amazing little calls in. So ISIS 2.0 is now plugged in with everything. So we also have our little price mover called Snapdragon. It's an upgrade to the Alligator. The Alligator was okay, but Snapdragon's probably about 50% faster and better. So it's a lot more accurate, and we can use it on multiple time charts. So for you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, just trust me, it's cool. You don't have to know what I'm talking about. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the ride. All right, so now looking at this at a 1 week standpoint here. So we've had a good run up. We've had a pullback to 50%. I like a run up that pulls back to 30, 40, 50%. Everything from a technical going higher standpoint looks like it's going higher. Now, I'm going to say a lot of things that sound like I'm unsaying them, so bear with me because we're talking about the chart that I'm showing you, not my predictions. Let me be emphatically clear about that, okay? I spent 3 hours repeating myself last night on Discord. You guys that are Discord members need to scroll up. You're going to see me post scroll up a lot from now on because I'm repeating myself far too much. Most of you guys that pop into Discord, you just pop in like, hey, tell me everything, spend an hour telling me everything, bring me up to speed. Scroll up. It's all right there. Our mods are saying the same thing, and there's an abundant amount of information should you choose to access it. So if you just go to the room that you're interested, if you're interested in XRP, if you're interested in general charts, if you're a subscriber, whatever, just go to the information and scroll up because I guarantee you I've had something to say about anything relevant. If there's anything new, I will update you, obviously live. So you guys don't ever need to think that you've missed anything. But a lot of you guys are basically kind of popping in and just kind of asking us to repeat ourselves. And it's not necessary if you just spend a couple seconds scrolling up to see what's going on and get yourself up to speed. It's very easy to do. So that being said, let's look at this. I mean, we rolled out of green into an abundant amount of red here. What comes after red? Green. So, you guys are new to live stream. I have been predicting a heinous drop coming for Bitcoin. Not looking like I know what I'm talking about. Right? Not looking like I know what I'm talking. Trust me, I'm not shaking. I'm lifting an eyebrow as I look at this, but I did tell you it's going to lick the top. It's going to test the top. It's going to make you think that we're going to go, and then we're not, and it's going to pull the rug out on it. So let me finish this thought, and then I'm going to kind of wax poetic here a little bit on what I think about the market in general, because I know a lot of you guys like to listen to my opinions. So basically we are going to roll green. Now, green doesn't mean to the moon. It just means we're going to be making a positive move. Now, we've got from here to here. Let's go ahead and zoom in. We've got from here to here to make positive. We can move around in this area and still cover a little bit of green with the RSI. With the MACD. And so don't think just because we're rolling green, we're going to go moonshotting out of this and it's going to be off to the races. So I'm willing to concede that. Now, where I'm telling you that I'm going to start getting concerned that we've crossed a bridge too far is going to be around about $43,000, $43,000, 43, 42, 43. I'm not going to say that we're not going to go over the line and we're going to dance across the line and pull back, because that's exactly what we're going to do, because all the guys that are doing TA right now, they're looking at that exact line in the sand and they're going to make a front run move, and that's what they're trying to do is sucker everybody in. And we're going to see it in these downline charts, these 1 hour and 6 hour charts I'm about to show you. You're going to see a little bit more what I'm talking about. But I want to just show you, not to put too fine a point on this one chart. Down is definitely where we're headed. I mean, I've got ISIS markers all the way down here to some pretty crazy levels. That one's very theoretical, but this last red box is pretty much where I see we're going to be landing. Anywhere from about 11.5 down to, God help us, 8,000. Don't go trying to trade on that. That's worst case scenario. But I feel very comfortable telling you that we're going to strike the top of this red box. Very comfortable. No doubt in my mind we'll probably hit the second red box. So that's a discussion for later. We'll cover that as we get a little bit closer. Right now we're in bullish mode, or heading towards bullish mode, it would appear. And so this is kind of what I'm telling you, is expect from this point here to this wavy line, you're safe. As long as we don't get above this wavy line and hold, everything's cool. We're going to be going right on down. No problem. Okay, so let's take a look at the next chart on down from here. Next chart down is the 1 day. 1 day changes things dramatically. See, this is why I like Platinum Pro. I can kind of back off and have a completely different discussion. This was shown to you. You guys that are new on the live stream don't know this. Pattern recognition and this sort of thing is just kind of my skill set. And I've pulled a number of patterns out of these things that have never been discussed by any other TA person anywhere on YouTube. And one of them I'm kind of famous for is something called a J-hook. Anytime you come out of a triangle formation like this, I've noticed that we get a fake out halfway to what TA should be, and we turn and go down. And I call it a J-hook. And so this is exactly what I expect to have happen. And so far, so good. I haven't violated anything. It has not violated anything. It's following along just fine. Now, this is on the 1 day. So far, so good. Now, let me scooch over here one more and take a look at the 6 hour. 6 hours still riding up the inside of this fib rainbow. So we're looking good here. We haven't violated anything on the lower charts. We haven't violated anything. Here's a 1 hour. We're walking up the lower part of a channel that, by the way, this is something we want to have a talk. I've got a lot of information to share here, so I'm going to try not to cram it down your throat. We're getting into our 11th day of an upward movement in a channel. Now, the general rule, not 100% of the rule, the general rule is I like to start thinking formations, channels, upwards, downwards, or whatever, break out at about the 7 to 10 day point. Here we are knocking on the door of a full 11th day. What do you think is going to happen? We're either going to break up or break down. And the old rule is what? What goes up does what next? Comes down. So on the macro, it looks very, very promising for bullish behavior. On the micro, not so much. So I would expect, reasonably speaking, and we have an alarm right now, right here at the 50% point. I would expect this to probably make a move here very, very shortly. You can see the DMI, the moving index, is losing on the 1 hour, is losing strength rapidly. I would expect to drop probably down into this general area right here. Certainly into this area here, but she'll be coming down quite a bit. All right. So we'll go ahead and shut that off here. So I'm going to be like broadly wiping through this, so don't, if you're taking notes, just rewind. Okay, so again, back to the 15 minutes. So this is our sweet spot. This is the one that we do an awful lot. So in the 15 minute, DMI is looking bullish. So I would expect a little pop to the top of this. So what kind of a percentage gain are we looking at on the short term? Potentially, and I bracket this, potentially as much as 13 to 14% high, if all goes well. It's looking like we would probably go to the half channel. I don't think there's an awful lot of strength in this movement. We just haven't banged off. But you can at least expect probably to taste about half of that, which would be about 6.5% to the middle of that channel. I would go out on that rail. I would go out on that branch. But as far as to go a little higher, possibly only in a fake out scenario where they're trying to basically get everybody goaded in. So that fits the narrative there too. But if you're really looking for something you can sink your teeth into, you guys already know what this is. Bronze and green. This is our AI line. This is ISIS. The bronze lines are ISIS. The green lines are true Fibonacci lines. So if you're looking at a double line, which is Fibonacci plus automated intelligence, that thing we call a magnet. They just suck the charts, right? They just suck the movement right to them. We have guys that swing trade that just love these double lines that are built into our charts, and there's no other charts that have these. Only exclusively Fibby charts has these. And so when you use this, if you're looking for a move that's pretty much, I don't like to use the word guaranteed, certaintied, it's money, baby. It's money. It really is. I mean, if you're going to get close, you're going to hit it. That's pretty much been my analogy of this, or my experience of this, as I've been watching this over the last 6 months. I am the developer of the ISIS program, so it's my baby, but it never ceases to amaze me how unbelievably accurate it is. I mean, just take a look. We've hit this double AI line right here, walking right along it. We go right up, we hit the next one, but it bounces off every single one of these lines again and again and again. I mean, it's just magic. So this is why we call it the unfair advantage. So basically, it's paint by numbers is what we like to kind of call it. Just basically, all you got to do is understand a few key indicators, plug them into our charts, and trade away to your heart's delight. So you don't have, trading does not have to be difficult if you have the proper tools, and we like to think we provide those. So. By the way, sorry I'm not reading my chat. Glad to be back, Mike. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. I know you guys have. I know you guys are having a meltdown without me. I know that. Honestly, I love to get on here. I love to do this, but I'm a busy guy, man. I'm helping build all this stuff. I'm on the Discord. If you guys that are new to the channel, if you like what I do, if you've watched, we had a lot of people just recently come in. We've had, I think. I want to say something like about 300 or 400 new subscribers just since the last time I've been on air. So welcome all you guys. Glad to have you, very much glad to have you. But if you'd like to have better access to me daily, I'm in front of the dang computer every single day. If you'd like to have access to me, join us at the unfairadvantage.chat. That's my home sweet home. That's where I'm at. The unfairadvantage.chat. What I've often said many, many times, and it never stops being true. If you guys are members of the live stream, but you're not members of our chat, what the hell are you doing, man? Get over where the real money's at, or get over where the real information's at. You're reading yesterday's newspaper. If you're not right here, right now, with me on the live stream when it's live, you're reading yesterday's newspaper. Get over and join us at the unfairadvantage.chat. That's where the newspaper comes hot off the press. It doesn't get any hotter than that. And of course, obviously, if you subscribe to the charts, then I guess it probably does get a little bit warmer in that respect. But nothing beats going straight to the trough and getting it right from the horse's mouth, so to speak, to kind of combine analogies. But basically, do that, because if you bothered to join me on live stream, then take the extra step and join our chat, because you can join our general Discord, which doesn't cost anything. We do give free plays out once in a while, like OMG we'll cover here in tonight's broadcast. We do cover quite a few things, and I'll share with the general public, because I want all you guys to do well, because I know once you see this in action, you're going to dig your wallet out and you're going to become a subscriber. That's just the way it works. I give you a couple test tastes, but once you like the flavor, you're going to want the whole drink. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So let's go ahead and you're going to want a gallon or two of it. I guess let's just say it that way. So anyway, let's go back to this and see what's going on here with some other charts. So Bitcoin, where we're looking at with Bitcoin is I really do expect in the short term, I'm not calling a bull market. I am not. And I want to be abundantly clear about that. I'm expecting a higher test taste than where we're at right now. It has to play out that way, guys. I always err to the side of common sense. Why are we going down so low if we're not going all the way to the bottom? What are we doing down here? If we're not going all the way to the bottom, and if we're going up, why wouldn't we go high enough? I mean, what's the point of going up? Just psych everybody out. Well, then if we're going to psych everybody out, let's really give them a show. So yes, I do expect to see us go up to probably 42, maybe 43. 45, no, not necessarily that high. Power wick and smashing right back down just to wipe longs out or something like that, maybe. But what I would tell you is this: don't be shocked. Don't be in my DMs freaking out, going, but you said. And I'm like, yes, I did say we're going to go up, but I also told you overall we are going down, unquestionably. I've been saying this for well over 6 months, and I've been right the entire time. So, and I will continue to be right if I say so myself, and I do. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few other things. Let's go ahead and visit Ethereum here. So this right here is basically my favorite chart to watch. I like to watch the 1 hour, because if we fall out of this formation, then I'm going to know that there really truly is a change in the air. But so far so good, Now, by the way, this line right here denotes the first of the of each month. Let me hit one more finer point here, and then we'll get off the Bitcoin. So this is one of the advantages of having a Platinum Pro is I have a lot more notations and stuff in Platinum Pro. Each one of these lines represents the start. This is the end. The start of another month. This is basically where we're at right now. Start going into August, going into September, going into October. So let me give you a quick narrative of this, and then we'll put this to bed and move on to the next crypto. This is where I'm calling for the big one, where something happens. I'm not going to let it all go for free on live stream. You guys have to join me at the Discord in order to get the full narrative. Some big stuff's about to happen here. Crash, and it is, in my opinion, the bottom is going to be in somewhere in that area right there. Somewhere in that area right there is when shiznit's going to hit the fan. What I expect is to come through this, go down, and then this is just an approximation line, but we're gonna languish long enough to make you think the party's over. And when we get to a certain point, and I don't go with this line being gospel, I'm just illustrating a point. At some juncture in this month right here, you're going to see something that is going to drop your jaw. Because Anubis, which is our other long-term AI program, is built into our charts and stuff like that. And you guys don't get to see that information. That's exclusively for my diamonds and for basically what I see. But what's coming is going to absolutely floor you. And if you're not ready and your bags are not packed and you're not on the train, you're screwed. You're screwed because you're never going to see these prices again. The prices that are coming, you're never going to see them ever again in life. Done and done. I promise you that. Okay, so basically we're looking at the party's just about to start here. When we crest this hook and come down, and once we retest this general area, you're going to know that guy on YouTube that was talking so much might know what he's talking about. If you see a revisitation to this line right here, which I'll go ahead and give you a number, just so you don't have to, if we revisit 30,000, then I give me my props. Give it to me, guys, because I'm telling you right now, there's no reason, if all the moon boys are saying, we're going to the moon right now, we should ever touch 30,000 again. But if you see 30,000 come up, you're going to know who is right and who is wrong. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Ethereum. Ethereum, again, we've got a 15-minute chart, 1 hour, 6 hour, 1 day. So we'll stay out of the week for right now. All right, so Ethereum's looking good again. I'm messing with Ethereum right now because I've got a reef trade that I'm desperately dying to do. Let's talk about this. This is one of my favorite things. So this is, again, another pattern recognition thing that I kind of have noticed over the years, and I've never seen another YouTuber talk about this. This is called a measured move. Purple arrows are not predictions. They are theory, but they're just, they might as well be. But I like to put them on there. They do change to a much more predictive color. I won't get into colors right now. You guys know what I'm talking about. But I expect to be seeing that double AI line. And I told you, it's only a guess right here, but I also showed you that this was the move that was going to happen clear over here. And I predicted a move of, we'll just say 12% out of the blue. That's what our system is able to do. And what happened is we went into a cup and handle, we fell down, and I was getting some of you guys going, but you said Ethereum, just wait. And then it turned, and it went up to the half, and I made this red line. I said it's going to hit the halfway line and it's going to stall, and that's exactly what it did. It went to the half and it stalled. By the way, right across the top of that red zone that I put, all the way back here on July 26th. July 26th, I told you that this was going to be the height. This was going to be a resistance level, and that's exactly what we did. So we did a couple things here that are pretty impressive when you stop and think about it. We hit the top of it, exactly, rebounded off, came down to the AI line, went through it, came up to the next AI line, walked across the top of that red line there, and now we're continuing on to a double AI line, exactly like I told you. See how magnetic this is? Hits it, passes it, comes right back to it. Now what's going to happen is we are in somewhat of a bull flag. The Snapdragon is we're just going to start calling this the Dragon. So the Dragon is open a little bit here, which indicates that we're going to be still seeing a little bit of gas, a little bit of juice left in the squeeze here. We're getting a little bit of a bearish formation, but there's still enough oomph left in this that we can probably come up here and strike this at about 25.88. give or take. Now, where are we going from there? Probably a little higher. This thing trails behind Bitcoin. So if we want to go ahead and we want to kind of reason things out, we're looking at three things. We're looking at Bitcoin. So you guys are new. I'll bring everybody up to speed. I watch three key indicators. I watch Bitcoin because it's the leading market indicator. I watch XRP because it's kind of a strange one. It's big money, but it's not quote unquote regular crypto. And I watch Doge because it's weird. So if I got my weird coin, I got my institutional coin, and I got my market leader, and they're all going yep, then I know we've got a bull market. Doesn't have to be any more difficult than that. You got your weird coin, you got your big money coin, you got your popular coin. That's all you need. You watch those three indicators, the rest of the market will trail behind one, two, or all three of those. If two out of three of those coins are moving, you know the third one is lagging behind. Watch the third one. If the third one starts to follow suit, you know you got a market run, up or down. Simple as that. It's not that hard. So I'm watching, and this is why I don't pay attention to Ethereum. Ethereum serves me no good for anything other than buying other shit coins or whatever. I hate Ethereum. I really do. It's an overpriced pain in the ass. It is. I'm going to rant for a little bit here because it really is, and I don't have to tell you guys. You know, if you're using this stuff, I hate Ethereum because it's expensive, it's awkward, it's stupid. Who in their right mind would devise a system like this? You got to buy one coin to buy another coin, and you got to pay a fee, and it's a high fee, and blah blah blah. It's like, can't I just walk up to the counter and buy what I want? No. You got to do 6 or 7 other things. It's got to cost you money, and then the exchanges are closed. I mean, it's a shit show. It really is. But rail against it all I want, it's still a means to an end. Now, I don't use Ethereum for anything except for Reef, and we'll talk about Reef here. Well, Flemish is one of our mods. You know, nobody loves Ethereum for Ethereum's case. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to go up because obviously it is, but you know, it's the second largest crypto coin out there. But you know, if you guys are investing in Ethereum for the sake of investing, stop it because it's not a good coin to be investing in. If you kind of like buying life insurance is exactly right. You don't want to do it, you just have to. And again, he makes a very good point because you know, nobody wants life insurance until you get a good price on it or for what it may very well be. And so before we went into this downturn, I was telling everybody, buy this stuff when it's down because you're going to need it, whether you like it or whether you don't. If you like my Reef call, and all you guys do, if you like my call on Reef, sorry, but you're going to have to be buying Ethereum to get it, so you might as well buy Ethereum while the price is down. And so a lot of you took that recommendation, and good on you for doing that. So obviously right now we don't want to be buying Ethereum because everything's going to be going into the toilet here pretty soon. So we watch and we wait. So for those of you that have a little bit of money to spread around in multiples of coins, I want you to pay attention to Ethereum because it's just a means to an end. You need it. But I don't like Ethereum. No, I don't either. But if I do like all the other coins, like Tel, like Reef, like, you know, et cetera, that you need Ethereum to buy. And so I want to buy the thing that buys the thing I really want cheap. Make sense? Okay. So what we're waiting for next, we're waiting for a strike on the we'll just go ahead and call it 25.75 on that thing. So that'll be I told you so. Ping, by the way, for you guys that are new, this is our fun little insight. We've got all kinds of weird things. My group is a weird group, but it's a good group. So we have all these inside jokes. So you will see reference to the magic chicken bones. I am the head voodoo priest. It's just a joke that started a long time ago. It's like, how is it you're always right? I made a joke. I said, well, I've got some magic chicken bones. And so we have lovingly referred to this grid, which is actually the unfair advantage grid. We call it the magic chicken bones system. So if you're seeing references to subscribe to the magic chicken bones, what they're talking about is our system. So, and ping, by the way, is just, I used to live across the street from a golf course. It's just the sound of a perfect strike. So anytime we get, it's kind of like, ta-da! It's kind of that's our internal version of ta-da. So when we get a hit right here, I'm going to put a little ping marker right up there. It's like ping, told you, did it again. And we've got a lot of them. The charts are filled with them. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at a few other things. Any other points I want to make on Ethereum? So again, you can see a beautiful cup and handle played out. Took a little bit. There's my half hit line. So there was the call. There was the hit right on the line. And then we're moving on up to the next one. And so the dragon is spreading out a little bit. So we are going to probably likely see right up there in that 2670 range, right in that area. So So no need to be jumping in on Ethereum just yet, because definitely we're going to be seeing these are all. This is we're still updating some of the charts and everything. We're just loading all these charts into Platinum Pro. So I've got a lot of back scribbling to do to clean up some garbage and stuff like that. Basically, if I want to kind of just put one more point on that, so if we already hit right in that range, you can see we do have support right here, past historical support. So to go up to this red line here, up to this bronze AI line here at the 2675 range, not going to be much of a challenge. That would be very, very expected. So, all right, so let's get to one of the bells of the ball here. A lot of us are very heavy into XRP, waiting and waiting and waiting. So there, I told you, there's ping, ping, ping all over the place. Now, what's going on? So this thing is definitely, this is what got everybody kind of freaking out and filling up my DMs going, where are you at? The XRP is taking off. I'm not changing my opinion. I'm in kind of an interesting situation where, you know, if it goes up, I'm not complaining. If it goes down, I'm not complaining. So, but a lot of you are not in that scenario. So if, a lot of you guys are waiting to buy, scoop up more, and I don't blame you. So, to bring everybody up to speed that is not up to speed as a new subscriber and stuff like that, I have been telling you guys, and I'll go ahead and tell the little mini story because it's important that you understand why I come to this conclusion. And now I can show you because I have Platinum Pro. So let's go ahead and dig through some of the garbage here. So there we go. Ignore all this. I'll just kind of make my point with this. So this is the 1 week. So this represents an awful lot of, let me get all this. There we go. This represents an awful lot of time, going all the way back to 2020 and then beyond. So this will illustrate my point. And I've been wanting this to be able to illustrate these long range points for so long. Now I've told you guys my prediction. Looking at this, my prediction is we are going to be going down for the whole market. Now I have told you that my key chief indicator is Bitcoin. Emphatically, I'm telling you that I'm expecting to probably be seeing 24,000, then after that, 18,000. Then after that, we'll take a look and then we'll go further with the predictions. But I have seen the promised land down at $11,000, $11,000 to $12,000. Now, don't take me as gospel on that. I usually tend to be pretty accurate. I don't talk unless I have something to say. But don't act on my words just yet. If you want a Hail Mary in or a market buy, go ahead, or a preset buy, God bless you, go ahead and do it. I wouldn't dissuade you from that, but not advice, of course. Now, with regards to that, how does that apply to the rest of the market? Well, we have to go back. We have to do a little sleuthing. We have to go back and figure out what does that mean to something like XRP. XRP has just been lit up like a Roman candle lately, but has it? We're looking at a 1 week graph. Has it? Does it really look all that impressive? Isn't it funny how just scaling out a little bit can change your perspective? When you look at this, you're like, man, look at this thing. There's no stopping it. Does it look all that impressive on a larger scale? This is the power of Platinum Pro. This is why Platinum Pro is going to be probably, I predict, to be one of the best tools on our platform. So to be able to look, this is obviously the first last time run. So what we've got is basically a return to the bottom before we take and go off again. Now, prices that we'll be seeing on XRP. Now let's leave the SEC nonsense out of this because that's all good theater. If you like good theater, then there's plenty of that. But I'm talking real charts, real prices, real action, real stats, statistics, charts, etc. I gotta play the hand that I'm play the hand that I'm dealt and show you the reality of what I'm looking at. So I'm expecting if Bitcoin goes down into those ranges of let's just use 11,000 as my marker for this discussion. If Bitcoin goes down to 11,000, what's that going to do to the rest of the market? So if we're talking about, is it XLM? Pardon me. Oh, I think he's got off here. Pardon me just a second. Did I click the wrong one? Sorry about that. Doesn't change. I think, hang on, bear with me just a second here. Good catch. Thank you very much. He's just adding charts. He might have got off that. It's not going to change anything all that much, though. But there we go. That's what I'm looking at. Okay, hang on just a second. Pardon me about that, guys. Hang on just a second here. We're just adding the charts. So he just did a stretch of about 100 charts. That's why he's probably seeing he's probably seeing cross-eyed at this point. All right, there we go. All right, really doesn't change anything too much. So let's go ahead and still gets to my point. So let's just go ahead and take a look at the 1 week. Yeah, you should have the 1 week on here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this is kind of interesting. Interesting. Didn't expect this. Okay, so you said kind of interesting that I did what I did. So I just showed you XLM's chart, okay? This is the whole XRP chart, the whole chart. Things that make you go, This is all the TradingView is allowing us to see. Insert spooky music here. This is all we're allowed to see on TradingView right now. They have wiped out all historical data. Interesting, huh? Okay, so nonetheless, we'll work with it. I'm telling you that I already know because I'm sitting next to a computer that has 100 terabytes of historical data because I scooped it all up before they took it off the... before they took it, I got a copy of it. And so I'm telling you that I know for a fact that XRP has spent an inordinate amount of time in the 18 to 22 cent range last year. And so here's the deal with that. If we're going to slam down on $11,000 Bitcoin, where do you think we're probably likely to go with that? We're likely to go down to a level, and let's zoom right in here and show you. We're likely to go down to a level. So we're right here. This doesn't look like a big chart, but it actually is. Where's most of the data where's most of the historical resistance at? It's coming in right here between these two lines. Right here from about, conservatively speaking, about 28 cents, down to 17 cents. This is your area, I have to do it, this is your area right here of where it's going to go. And lo and behold, I've already got a red box right there ready to scoop it up. I'm already showing you where this is going to possibly go. We have a dark red box where opportunity number 1, and if we go into the lighter, deeper red box, that's the ultimate bottom. But if you look at this, this was a run up that we had recently. That one that went up to like $2. What was that? No, I'm sorry. That's the one that went up to $3. Okay, so it went like this, and now it went down. So if you're looking at this from a standpoint, is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? I say it's going to go down. If Bitcoin's going to go down, it's going to go up a little bit. Now, let me show you. I did this. I like to kind of look at this stuff, and I like to kind of use standard TA, and I like to kind of compare what TA is telling us versus the data that I'm seeing. Now, do not play this as gospel. What you're seeing is not a forecast of mine. I'm telling you it's going much, much higher than this when it happens. But I'll show you the standard TA just to confuse you a little bit. So if you're looking at this, you could be making a case going, look at this. It just goes bing, 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 and that would put you in the middle of October. Now, I told you that I expect to see Bitcoin light up around October. Everything's going to be lighting up around October. This confirms it. There's your second confirmation. If you're just following patterns and you're saying, okay, well, swing, 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 that puts us in the middle to late October. All right. So each one of these lines here, by the way, is the start of a month. That's those same lines I showed you on that other chart. So somewhere around about the mid of October, we're going to be striking now, according to this chart, is around about $7. That's conservative. I'm telling you right now, $7, forget it. If you're cashing out at $7, I feel sorry for you. You should never sell your XRP at $7, and that is financial advice. Never, never. What's coming for? If you were to sell an XRP, I don't think I have to tell any of you guys that understand how XRP works. I don't. If you were to do something as stupid as sell your XRP at $7, are you going to have a bad 2002 or a bad 2022? Because you're about to see something that's going to put another zero on the backside of that. So this would be a very, very bad move for you to do. Now, to look at this, at some point in time, what you're going to see is this: a chart only works until it doesn't. I think you have to kind of insert the SEC news into this at some juncture in time. So what I'm saying is, this is all well and good. We're doing one of these numbers here, and then the SEC comes out, We're right straight up off the chart, and then we're into new formation. Make no mistake about this. This is not a rule book, a plan book. This is a trend. Trends break. And when this breaks, it's going to break hard, and it's going to break high. So $7. This is, I literally saw, I'm not going to call any other YouTuber out, but I literally saw another YouTuber post this exact same chart. And he's suggesting that we're going to make lots of money at $7. I'm like, you're a fool. If you sell at $7 and you think you made a lot of money, oof, rough. Now, whether it goes down here again, I have extreme doubts that we'll ever see the backside of this prediction. So probably going up like this and higher, and then this is just not even to be discussed. I seriously don't think that that's even going to play out. So anyway, as just wanted to put that out there and show you that just because. So let's look at, let's go back and take a look at a little more here in the now. Yeah, TradingView has been wiping data a lot. All right. So if I'm we've got an opening move here. You guys understand my chart progress. You understand what an opening move means. That's a big move. That's that one move that had everybody blowing up my DMs asking me, where in God's name are you? We need you. Sorry. Sometimes I like to let you guys simmer a little bit. Kind of. I gotta be missed. I don't feel loved unless I'm missed. So no, I would never leave you hanging. If there was something that you needed to know, I would be right in the Discord. I would be going live on YouTube. But there really was not. It went as high as it went, but not surprised that it happened. Will it hold ground? No, certainly it won't hold ground. So if the whole market is going to crash, so I wandered too far away from my core point I wanted to make about three, four points ago. So why aren't we going to go into a full bull market and just go completely crazy? So here again, we'll discuss this because it really does bear a lot of repeating. And I said this probably about 3 times to people in my Discord. They're like, "Well, is the bottom in? Is the bottom in?" Now here's the point where I want you guys to focus. Listen to me. Because I'm going to say this is the official time that I say this. So an hour from now when I'm on my Discord, you guys are asking, what are we doing? I'm going to say, go back and listen to the YouTube video. And I want all my mods to do exactly the same thing. Do not repeat me. You don't need to. If people are listening, if you have ears to hear, then listen. Because I'm going to tell you exactly what I think right now about the market. And it will not change until I come out and say I have a change of heart or something like that. And I'll tell you across the platforms, across all chat levels, on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. My official stance is I expect that this will go up a little bit. False hope. And then they're going to whip the mother of all rugs on this thing and send this thing tumbling hard into that pit of the next 45 to 60 days, pre-October. Put it to the bottom, which might drag it down as low as $11,000. $24,000, not a doubt in my mind. $18,000, not much of a doubt in my mind either. I'm comfortable with that. We'll see if we get to that, and then we'll play that deck of cards when we get dealt that deck of cards. But there's a lot of real estate to cover from here to there on Bitcoin. Now, when that happens and goes from those levels down, we're going to be seeing everything else go down too. So that's when we have to kind of get the sleuthing hat on and figure, okay, well, where would the bottoms be on these things? We have to go back to historical support and resistance, which is 18 to 22 cents for XRP. Now, when that happens, I have no doubt, I'm probably more convicted that if we get a massive downturn, I'm more sure that XRP will hit sub 25 cents. 22 to 25 cents is what I've been saying, but I do expect it. We could possibly wick even lower into the 18 cents. 22 to 25 cents, I sleep very well at night saying that that's exactly what I expect. And so, hey, Barbara's going. That's exactly where I'm at with this. And I'm not going to change my tune until I'm looking at Bitcoin busting way out of the range of where I told you that would be holding it in. And they're going to put on a hell of a show for you guys. Every single one of you guys that don't understand the deeper parts of how to read these charts and how to have patience being the bigger thing, are going to be in my DMs, in my chats and stuff like that, driving everybody nuts going, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Has it changed yet? Nothing has changed. This is the show expected. Buckle up. It's going to be a nasty, scary, ugly ride. Now, there's money to be made on the way up as there's money to be made on the way down. I do not recommend ever that you short, especially if you don't know what the hell you're doing. But we do have people in the group, in the Discord, that are very good at taking my information and my charts and applying that to it. And it is, talk about the unfair advantage. I believe he's probably in here. C-Trem in here. C-Trem is one of my, he's now a mod because he's so good. We brought him in, made him a mod, but he was a subscriber that came in with $750 in his pocket. He's now looking north of $40,000 in less than 60 days, if my clock is correct. Using our charts and using 750 whole US dollars turned it into over 40,000. He's living off this money. Everybody knows the legend of Crypto Rich. Came in with $150,000, traded nothing but Doge using our charts. Now he's at $10.5 million. By the way, I didn't update you guys last. He's done a little micro trade. He's now at $10.5 million in less than 6 months. So, not to say all of you guys can do that, but this is what's possible. I'm darn proud of you guys for doing this. Just taking the information that's here and just learning how to trade 2 or 3 things, using good quality information, being a part of a group that really loves and supports everybody. We're not here. This is not a competition. We celebrate everybody's wins, and we all lick our wounds together. That's just how it goes. So, a lot of you guys are Australian. I tell you, I want to sidetrack this a little bit here because I kind of want to interject a little bit of reality into what's going on in the world here. Had an influx of an amazing amount of Kiwis that have joined us recently. Glad to have you guys with us, man. It's thrilling to have a world community. It really is. The news that I'm hearing that's coming in from your country, guys, I'm saddened. I really am. You're getting it bad. You're getting it bad. And you're on the leading edge of what's to come for the rest of us. So, we are all about crypto, but we're also all about why we're doing crypto. So if you guys, again, to kind of break back to this, if you guys are just joining us in the live stream, just picking me up mid-conversation, join me at the unfairadvantage.chat. It's free to get in, and that's what we're talking about right now. And, of course, the charts that I'm using here are powered by FibbyCharts.com. The subscriptions are over there at the website. But I'm hearing some of the stuff. There's people that you basically have to take that sticky stick thing. You have to take that, or otherwise you can't function in society. It's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. This is not a political channel, but I mean it is a human channel, and there's a great deal of humanity in what I do. So, want all you guys to do well. I'm here to help change your lives and stuff like that. So it really saddens me, really breaks my heart to hear that you guys are being forced to do something that you don't want to do. So I'm trying my level best to help you guys find a way out of that hell. So I take what I do here very, very seriously. So anyway, back to this. So XRP, as far as what I've seen, where is it going to go for now? One of my mods, and this is just me spitballing, so please don't trade on this, but I'm not at all surprised if we're going to hit probably this predictive arrow here, and that puts you at about 80, 85 cents. You guys that want to do these in and out trades and stuff like that, I would suggest to you that all these markets are going to move pretty much the same way. I don't think I'd be doing this with XRP unless you really know what you're doing. XRP is kind of like a special coin that's not easy to get in and get out of. If you're on a KuCoin or whatever you're doing this, then God bless you. Whatever. I know a lot of you guys are swing trading this and killing it. So like a couple of my mods are doing that. So, but they know what they're doing. But if you're going to swing trade, there's probably other coins that are a lot easier and a little more transparent than this is. Because I'm telling you, all it takes is one SEC wild card, and you're on the back side of it. Ooh, there goes a lot of money. I have a guy that's a subscriber that's over in Ireland right now, and he got himself in. He didn't follow anything I suggested, but he got antsy and he got bored because a lot of you guys are getting bored. He's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna jump in it and he took a position, and he has been feeding that position. And my last discussion with him is he was down $12,000. He's got a feeder, otherwise if he doesn't feed the beast, he's gonna get liquidated to the tune of $12,000. Because he thought he had a sure thing. I'm like, yeah, not so sure now, are you? And, I don't want to see that. I try to, I can't move the markets. I had a discussion with him. I said, well, and we talked and things were looking better, but then it turned again after I got off the mic with him. And so right now, the last I looked, I think he's he's probably liquidated and probably got out, which, he made a boo-boo getting in the first place. I would not have taken that move, and he got in on that, and powerful lesson to learn. But that illustrates my point, though, is you think you got a sure thing, and this will slap you and school you darn quick. Too sweet. It will school you too sweet. So this is not. I always default to you guys that are new, and I know it's boring. I know it is, but I always tell you guys, you can't go broke not leveraging, taking a position at the bottom and waiting. Sorry, it's boring. It's definitely not sexy. This is not sexy, but the bottom's coming. And I will be very, very clear about what I view the bottom to be. Whether you choose to buy at those markers or around, that's strictly your own thing. I'm not pushing or pulling you towards that. But in my current scenario right now, I've got some other issues that I'm dealing with in my life. I'm not taking any positions right now, other than the one that I told my Discord about involving XLM. And so, other than that, I'm waiting at the bottom the unsexy way with everybody else, because I know I cannot lose by doing that. I'm either going to enjoy the positions that I'm at right now and we go up, great, or it's going to go down to where I say it's going to go down to, and I'm going to turn a large fortune into a obscene fortune. Let's just say that. Nothing like being dirty rich. There's always enough water to be filthy rich. There's always enough water. I can't remember the old saying my grandpa used to say. He says, "There's nothing wrong with being filthy rich as long as you can afford the cost of water," or something like that. I don't know, but sounded good at the time. But anyway, the point being is, like, you guys that have smaller bags, smaller amounts of money and stuff like that, your time has not come, as I see it. Your time has not come. So yeah, so straight shooter, you're in with me. Let's go take a look at that now and get the right damn chart in front of me here. So apologize about that earlier. I kind of get I'm learning this system here to kind of get everything going. So what he's referring to, we're looking good. So what he's referring to is this call right here. So this call went in. See, I always love this because it always freaks everybody out. But so you always can't predict the ultimate bottom. So I announced a position right here, and I say, guys, I think this would probably be an optimum thing. So that position was announced, and then it went down right after, and people go, oh! And so I had to take it a step further. I go, okay, listen, don't freak out until we cross the red line. And I can't get any more clear than that. I would cut my losses below this line. So again, paint by numbers. I can't get any more plain nose on your face than that. And so obviously, and I told you guys in Discord, I said I expect to strike off the bottom of this green channel, and that's exactly what we did. We bounced off of it, and then we ricocheted up. So right now, from this position, we're up 2.64%. Now, you leverage guys, try not to hug me when you see me in public. That's a pretty good take. You guys that are leveraging. Now, you guys that like to leverage, again, I'm going to always say this. I'm not a leverage guy. I don't like leverage. It's dangerous. But if you guys that did this with XLM, it's a lot saner play than XRP, because XLM is boring, but it's liquid, it's big, it's easy to get in and out of. And so where I see where I see that going is, obviously I'm going to change this up to yellow. The market, or the colors of these arrows, indicate the strength of my conviction, yellow being probably the best you're going to get out of me recently. So that puts it about 60 to 75% likely. And I don't want to go all out and say go full green on this, because that's what they do. They run you to the halfway point and they go, oh, do you like that? Are you sure about that? And then wham, they drop it into the toilet. So again, this is a measured move. That's a standard TA move plugged into our grid. And that's how we come up with these things. And so actually I need to kind of revise that a little bit down. There we go. That floated on me there. So I'm looking at probably about 0.295 as an exit on something like that. Might wick a little bit higher. So I would say basically let's get to here and see what's going on. But I would not be surprised to see a visitation up into that box right there, just to say that we did. But see, we've got a trend line running right straight here. That by the way, to kind of go back and illustrate, that's actually the midpoint on the green channel, which midpoints on channels are extremely powerful. So that's why I'm saying I have 95% gut feeling we'll end up into this white box here. Now, at this point, if you just want to get in, get out, make your money, you leverage, guys. You guys are holding. You kind of got to get a little bit of what I want to say. You kind of got to get a little bit of glory out of this, going a little bit higher. Otherwise, you didn't do anything, because by the time you pay exchange fees in, exchange fees out, blah blah blah, this is not enough of a move to make it worth what you're doing. So you really ultimately need this double AI line right here, and we could very well see that too. Because again, if we're going to get this close to an AI line, it'll probably pull it up. Would not surprise would not surprise me in the least little bit. So if we want to just go ahead and take the TA off of that, a velocity move from there to there will put you, we'll put you down basically right there, right on that half line. Now, if we wick a little higher, we might walk sideways for a little bit and then test up into this. So this is your first predicted move. This is your second predicted move. And then I would probably spot you to say, if we can kind of stay in this general area, then I'm good to say that we might go on. All right. So that's about as far and deep as I want to dig into this. Yeah, I'll do Shiba for you. Let's go ahead and scoot down there before I get. All right, so we're gonna talk dog here. All right. Now I need to move some of this stuff around. So I haven't got all my markers moved, so we're inside the yellow zone here, and let's scooch out. So I can actually. I love the fact that I can actually have a more pulled back talk about this stuff now that I've got access to bigger charts. So this doesn't have enough historical data to go back much more than a day with Shiba, but you guys like Shiba, huh? I don't know. I don't know why you would, because it don't look like a winner to me. But it looks like a ski slope to me. That's not good. That is not good. All right. So on the what are we on? We're on the 1 day here. So for the time being, this is not looking very bullish. The dragon is not opening. The green, we always want on the Snapdragon, we always want the green to be above red and above blue. That's an indicator of a bullish move. On our DSI, statistical moving index, we want our green to be above red. It's not. On the RSI and on the MACD, the RSI is already kind of in the oversold area, getting close to oversold. MACD is kind of cresting green, so none of this is looking very bullish. This is not bullish. This is not bullish. This is already green, not looking like it's got much juice left in the squeeze. This is already kind of up, doesn't really have much room to go. None of your indicators are going well. Then we see something else I don't talk about very much. This green little snaky thing, that's called a Bollinger Band. That's how you play this for you guys that don't understand what you're looking at. It's easy to look at and look right through and forget you've got an amazing indicator right there in front of you. If you ever want to win, when is this going to work? So you guys that don't understand what these up and down lines are, these are pulse markers. I won't get into talking about that. Go back in my past broadcasts and listen. Pulse markers are clock cycles. This is part of the unfair advantage grid. I've decoded when the machine that powers all this stuff makes its decisions to run things up, down, sideways, or whatever. When we come to a pulse marker or past a pulse marker, things happen. Notice, we hit the pulse marker, phoom, we went up. We hit a pulse marker, phoom, we went up. We hit one, went sideways, hit it, went down, hit it, we jacked up a little bit. We just crossed one. But if you see these pulse markers, you'll notice that they're just crazy how accurate. Look at that. Hit that pulse marker and boom, it went straight to the high. So when you see this, and this is only available on Fibby charts, you cannot get this anywhere else. No one has this except for us. And so if you look at, let me move this down here. If you look at this and you combine a pulse marker with a Bollinger Band. A Bollinger Band, how you read this is that's this green bubble. When it's fat, that means it's in the middle of a move. When it compresses and goes tight, like it's about ready to do, it squeezes, and then what happens next is it comes out of that, and it pops. It's kind of like trying to push a volleyball underwater. You push down, you push down, you push down, and all of a sudden, and then it just shoots up. That's what happens. So we just crossed a pulse marker, and it's about ready to do something. Now, is it going to go up or is it going to go down? We don't know. But this doesn't look like it's very bullish to me. None of this looks very bullish. So if we look at all the indicators saying not feeling bullish, and we look that we're about ready. We just crossed a time pulse marker that indicates that something is about to happen. And we're doing this, by the way, on this particular one. We're doing this on the 1 day, so this is not an immediate. This would indicate that something downward is likely to happen. So let's take this and put it on the lower levels here. Let's scooch over here to the, what are we on the 1 day? So on the 1 day, it's going to go up a little bit. We can see it's already, we're in our second session green, had a very small red, but super strong. We're capped out on the RSI. We're got a lot. We're kind of on the downhill slide with this. So this is starting to lay down a little bit. So I think that at best you might see 81 or point. I'm sorry, we're on XRP. How did that keep? Oh, I'm sorry, that's XRP. Bear with me, guys. I got too much information from me here. Did he not get the right chart in there? Okay, there we go, on 1 day. This is kind of the danger of having too many charts. Got to make sure I'm talking about the right thing here. Beauty of doing it live. All right. So again, so this thing is basically on 1 day, this thing is just kind of laying down and it's not looking very good. So you've got nothing indicating up, nothing indicating up. We're already up, rolling down. So she was not looking too good for a short to midterm. So make sure I'm on the right chart. 15 minute. Okay, so on the 15 minute, we're still walking up the inside of this particular deal at the lower part of this. I would expect a breakdown and a breakout of this. So now I can kind of show you something a little bit more chart related. So standard TA pulled from there should pull you down to, I would probably put you down at about that line right there. Let me go back and double confirm that. Yep, there it is. Okay. And here's where I get more conviction about that double AI line. AI and standard Fibonacci retracement line. So you're looking at probably a drop here, and I'm not even going to try and say all those zeros here. Hold on a second, I'll just do this. It's always easier with them just show you rather than tell you. I'm expecting that number or around it. All right. Too much information is going to be a challenge for me. I'm dyslexic, by the way, guys, so bear with me. So treat me nice. I can talk. I can illustrate my point, but sometimes my eyes don't cooperate with the rest of my program. I'm actually something called dysgraphic. If any of you guys know what it's, for every 100 to 500 people that are dyslexic, there's one dysgraphic. If you want to see what kind of a window into my world, look up dysgraphia. It's kind of, when I write, it kind of looks like I'm making a ransom note. I can pick the information up, I just can't put it back down. It's kind of a unique thing. It's kind of the opposite of dysgraphia. Okay, so Doge. Now, so Doge is actually behaving itself in falling charts. There was a while that Doge just wouldn't follow TA for squat, just wouldn't. And those days are the more institutional, if you can say that, the more mainstream Doge becomes, the more predictable it gets, which I almost miss the Wild West days because, Rich certainly does. But not to say that we're not going to see 5x this year. $1.25 on Doge. I firmly believe that that's coming. But we're just not seeing the wild mood swings that we used to. We're still seeing them, but just not as wildly. So that being said, I'll safely open these up. Make sure I've got all my right charts in front of me here so I know what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, I'm safe. Gotta check first and speak second. All right. Okay, so on the 1 week, we had the big bad run up there. Now we're kind of settling down. So technically speaking, this is on the 1 week. Technically speaking, when you get a big run up like this and we get a run down, let's talk about Matic. Some of you guys that remember Matic and my hate for what happened with Matic. Matic ran up 100%, gave back 100%, and I was so pissed because that's not right, guys. That's not normal. That's manipulation. And I said it, and then it ran up 90% of the last time, and then it gave back 50%. The second formation was the way things should work. That was the first one was not organic. Second one, more believably organic. So this is very organic, broadly speaking. It's running up. This is not. It did a big bad pump up, hit high, slowly bleeding out. Now, what I would expect to see is I would expect to see a bleed down to the bottom part of this yellow line, of this yellow box, which would be about basically the bottom of that box would be about 50% give back. Now, from that, what happens? Do we get a pump? Do we get a pump? No. I'm not telling you that it's going to go up. I'm not telling you it's going to go down. I'm telling you what I expect to have happen, broadly speaking, that would make me feel like this is not manipulated. If we start to go to the yellow part here, which is about 15 cents, I'm going to feel good about that. That's where we should be. Now, from there, maybe we get the Bitcoin drop to 11,000. Then where do we go with that? We go down here, and I got to get all this trash out of the way. We go down here into these local highs right here, or this local resistance, down at 7 cents, down at 5.5 cents. So this, look at this, we got no support and resistance. When we lose support here for Doge, we're going down at least, and I've said this for months, we're going down at least 7.5 cents. Vet Setter, are you in here? He's one of my diamonds. This is what I'm talking about, brother, right here. That's where your money's being made. Don't even be buying nothing in this range because there is no reason to be buying. If you see Doge fall down below where we're at, if you see Doge fall below 16 cents, then stand back and watch the drop. Put your earmuffs on because it's going to be one hell of a crash when this thing comes down, because forget about the rest of the market. If this thing comes and it goes below 16 cents and starts to free fall, she's going to fall all the way down. Has to come down as low as 7 3/4. Let's just call it 7.75 minimum. From there, probably wicking even further. So 7.5 cents. If you guys wanted to, I don't make financial calls, but I definitely show you. I'm very, very convicted in this one. I'll tell you, I have a lot of feel good in this one. If we come down, I can tell you emphatically where I would be buying if it were me. And I can tell you where Rich is buying on this, Crypto Rich, who's our largest $10 million Dogecoin buyer. He's got an order right in this range right here. Not going to tell you where. You got to be a subscriber to know that. But right in this range. And there's no reason to be having a discussion to buy Doge anywhere in here because there's just you'll get left behind. It'll fall right through your fingers and keep on going. Yes, bounce play, oh mama. Don't keep your chin over that when it bounces. Take your head off. It'll come up. So, hey, Jonathan, I saw you were one of the ones that was posting. Where are you at? Where are you at? Just relax, brother. It'll come. If there's any reason for me to be on YouTube, I will. Jonathan posted to my YouTube. He's like, where are you at? Where are you at? You got to be consistent. I don't give a damn about being consistent on YouTube. They've got enough of my money. YouTube, I'm not out to do YouTube any favors. I'm out to service. I'm out to serve my Discord people, who a lot of them are in my chat right now. So I believe you're with us over there at Discord, Jonathan. If you're not, you should be. And so you guys that are new to the live stream, obviously, I'm to be found on a daily basis over at Discord, over at the unfairadvantage.chat. So just so that we're clear on that, don't expect me to be on YouTube religiously because it is like the last thing on my list, and I have a very big list. But if you're over at the unfairadvantage.chat, I'm there every single day, posting all day long. 7 days a week till 4 o'clock in the morning because I have no life. Okay. Well, what are you doing on YouTube? Asking me where I'm at. You know where I'm at. No, I do agree with you though that to have consistency on YouTube helps. But come on. I got so much stuff going on as it is this is kind of like 10th in line behind 9 other things that are still not getting done. So. That's just how it goes. All right, so back to Doge. I think we pretty much drove a nail in that. So no point in really don't want to see any of you guys screwing with Doge until we get down to that now, because Rich is you can see we're following patterns very, very well, but the broader narrative I think I just gave you there on the big patterns. Fun to watch this stuff, but back way off and look and see. I mean, there's a massive fall coming. So, All right, so we did that one. We did that one. So let's talk a little theta. I don't have the charts up yet. He hasn't got all that. Well, pardon me. Maybe he did. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So he doesn't have the full charts. He's got the 15 minutes posted. Okay. So we're on the 15-minute theta. So what's going on with theta? Well, if you didn't know the narrative, if you didn't understand what I've been talking about, if you didn't believe that a crash is coming, you would look at that and you would say, wow, we got a big pump coming here. And you would take this, pardon me, not that one. You would take this velocity, overall velocity, and you would stick it right there, and you would say, well, we're probably going to come up as high as $8, and let's just call it $8.50, thereabouts. But I don't think so. If we're going to crash, this is going to crash right along with it. So I've already got kind of a soft call on that. This is basically that 50% pullback I want to see. That's a pretty good run that we had on that. We came up from here up to here, 87%. Well, more than pretty good. That's damn good. So we came up that far. Now, conventionally, and I don't like to use the word accumulation because you guys that follow live stream, you know what I think about accumulation. No one's buying this right now with the intent of I'm so happy I bought Theta. No one is buying Theta at $6, is accumulating, quote unquote, accumulating at $6.11. They're trading, or there's lack of trading is what's making this go like this. So when somebody decides to buy or sell, we're going to move out of this range. So this is indecision. This is not accumulation. Big, big difference. Now, what I would expect to have happen from here is the rest of the market's going to go down. I'm showing you over and over with all these other ones that are going down. So if Bitcoin goes up, then yes, what I just showed you, probably we would hit that. But I believe that we're going to be turning around going the other direction. So my intent, or not my intent, but my gut feeling here is if we don't get any more upward action, we'll be hitting the top of this blue box very, very soon. And then right on down to the green box. Now, the green box is not the end of the show. When I don't have it on this chart, but I do have it. Some of you guys who subscribed have seen where I got. If we get down to the worst case scenario for like creme de la creme of crash, that puts Theta at about $2. $2 Theta. So I certainly do not want to be buying Theta at $6 when I can buy 3 times as much of it after a crash, especially considering that I've got Anubis has Theta forecast at $2,500 to $3,500. So ain't no way I'm going to be buying it at $6. You can turn $3,000 into $9,000. You know what I'm saying? Now T-fuel is one of these, and I will always come at this from a swing trade standpoint. I like T-fuel. I like it better than Doge. I'm quite on record about that. Purple is theory, by the way, guys. Here's something we haven't talked about for a while, guys. Some of my old schoolers know a theory called sleepers wake up running. And basically this is another one of my little discoveries, that when you get something like this that goes for a long time, what happens is it pops, and it pops hard. I would qualify that as a popping hard. In the inevitability that we do pop, if Bitcoin goes up, this pops, front running it goes earlier, whatever, this distance will happen. It will happen here, or it will happen here. So this thing's about, there's a case to be made either way. We could slam down to this green, or we could go up to that bronze AI line right there. Now, here's how I'm going to tell you this. If I were looking at this and I was a T-fuel fan, and I am, but I've just got other things to do right now. If I wanted to roll the dice, if I was getting trade sickness boredom, and I just couldn't compel myself to keep my hands out of my crypto wallet, and I wanted to buy something, here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm not. You guys have heard me say this over and over and over again, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't like buying. I don't like seeing T-fuel bought over 25 cents. Really don't like seeing it over 20 cents. Reason being is I feel with absolute conviction, back when we were at 2-3 cents on T-fuel and Doge was getting happy all over the place and people were all about Doge, I said, I said, buy T-fuel. And I was like, okay, well, maybe T-fuel. I said, no, seriously, buy T-fuel. And it went from 3 cents to 50 cents. Meanwhile, Doge was all over the friggin' road. and it didn't make anywhere close to the return of T-fuel. Now, those days are over for T-fuel. We don't have 3 cent, 4 cent, 5 cent T-fuel anymore. We've got 32 cent. So that drastically reduces our ROI, return on investment. So for that fact and that fact alone, you have to know why you're doing this. Are you okay making 10, 15% on a scalp? Okay, then I can respect that. Go ahead and do it. But here's the black side of that trade. If you look at this, so let me circle back. If you look at this, you go, okay, well, I'm with you. Sleepers wake up running. They do. I prove this over and over and over again. How many times, some of you longer subscribers, how many times have I called a move like this that just lit up? I mean, lit up 30, 40, 50%, just within hours of me saying it. It just lit up. It went crazy. Ocean did it. Sushi Swap did it. Pancake did it. I mean, Reef really did it. I've called a fair amount of these within hours that happen. Now I'm telling you, I'm looking at this right now. Something's about to happen. Now, if you want to be a degenerate gambler, I want to make you well aware of what your odds are here. The thing is if you want to buy this right now, here's how you would do this. This is how I would approach this. I would look at this and I would say, okay, let's assume I'm Joe Lunchbucket, but I got a little extra money. I'm dying to trade something. I feel very good about T-fuel's long range plans. So within regard to that, I always look at it this way. Am I going to make the quick kill or the long buck? That's what this trade amounts to. Are you patient enough? We're never going to sell this at a loss. No. Are you patient enough with what's behind door number 2? Door number 1 is we're going to trade this thing. We're going to buy this thing at like 33 cents right now. I'm speaking theory. I'm not telling you to do it. We're going to buy this thing at 33 cents right now, hoping that this guy on YouTube knows what the hell he's talking about. And this thing does light up like a rocket. Hang on. I want to go back and check something here real quick. I'll get back on that point here in just a second. You better believe it. Okay, so hang on just a second here. I want to shrink this down to... Right. I won't screw up my charts too bad. Okay. All right. Oh, you better believe this is going to happen. So, okay. So, let me double back. So, if this thing wakes up running and this thing goes, it's going to go to that mark. Why? Support. Resistance, support. Again and again and again. We have a wonderful amount of historical support to support this call right here. What do we got up here? Let's move that one down to an AI line. We got it again and 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 again. Both of those, that box right there, within that box, that is where this should go. Somewhere within that. Now, if we're looking at this, let's say we're Joe Lunchbucket and we're going to go, okay, I want to throw down $5,000 on this and possibly jump in on that. Bottom of that box is 18%. All right, not bad. You guys know my stance. I won't touch anything that doesn't make me 15%. Top of the box, 30%. Now, that's not going to be in one straight moonshot. It'll be walking on up, but it'll get there if you can keep your shoes on or your shorts on or whatever. It'll get there. That box, when it goes up, will hit that box. Not a problem. I do not doubt that, even 1%. Okay, now I want to make you aware of the other side of the equation, the other flip of the coin. Let's put this back on 15 so I don't lose it. Okay, now, this velocity will happen. It will happen. It could go to the other side of this. Now, here's what I want to make you aware of. If you're going to jump in on this and you want to try this just to see if I'm right, there are odds, and I can't give you the odds of the predictability of it going up versus going down. What I'm telling you is this. Given enough time, this is what I want to show you, I think, probably. This is probably a good time to interject this. I think we're probably going to be doing this an awful lot. I'm going to be bringing this chart out a little bit here, so let me get into this here real quick. Hold on just a second here. Take me a minute here to find what I'm looking for. All right. Let's talk about that. Why long-term investing wins. The longer you hold a coin, the less your odds are of losing your butt. After, and then again, this is 20 years. We're talking stocks on this particular chart, but it does illustrate my point. These are your odds of losing your butt the longer you hold. If you hold for a month, you have 39%. You hold for 3 months, it's 37%. You hold for 3 years, it's 22%. You hold for 20 years, it's 1%. It's nothing. Now, forget the timeline, but what this illustrates my point very, very well. So let's get back to this. So if you were to look at this and say, okay, I want to jump in on this and grab it. Grab it at 32 cents. So you grab it, you're hoping it's going to go up 30%. Woohoo! Yippee skippy. All right, if that happens, great. Pat you on the back. Good deal, because it's one of the very few calls that probably will pan out short term for what's going on. The odds are probably better that it'll play out to the positive than to the negative. Now, to the negative side of this, if it flips and goes down to this green, which I assure you it will move this amount, this velocity, either up or down. If it goes down and smacks down on this green, I don't want anybody crying at me because I told you that it could happen. What I'm telling you is this. If you just forget about it until it goes positive, this box will come back around and more. So what I'm saying is this. If you jump in right now at the first of this month or the last of last month and things don't pan out to the short term and you can hang on to this thing till about, let's say October. Let's just say October. October, first part of November. This is going to be nothing. Nothing. Okay? It's a matter of time. The war is between your ears, not on the charts. And that's the thing that I want to tell you. So you can either potentially win short term, make a nice little addition to your powder, or you may be hung with this thing for a while. But in no stretch of in no uncertain terms do I want to hear any of you guys report back, I sold it at a loss. Because why would you want to do that? This is truly a no lose scenario as I see it. Again, I always have to disclaim, not financial advice, do your own homework, blah, blah, blah. Mileage may vary. But this is the truth. The truth of it is markets are going up. And I've said this before. We are in the bearish part of a bullish market. It looks horrible, but scale out. You can clearly see where this market is heading. Look around you. Everything's going digital. Your money is too. Your investments are too. The best is yet to come. So there is absolutely no excuse to sell this thing at a loss ever. So if you want to jump in on this, you could do so with my blessing. Now, again, I'm statically telling you this right now. I'm telling you that you have an odds of potentially here probably in the next 48 hours of seeing this thing pop up, 48 to 100 hours, seeing this thing possibly pop up. Because Bitcoin might pop up, everything else will pop up and drag this with it. So the first place you better be looking is right here as an exit, right here halfway at 36. So if you guys go a little bit bigger, some of you guys got a lot more money. If you go from where we're at now, 32 to 36, and maybe you want to leverage trade, again, be careful. But your first place you better be watching for direction and momentum is right there at the halfway point, which is 32.5, right about there. Okay? All right, so I don't want to belabor that much, but I know some of you guys are just dying for stuff to get in on. So this is a safe play if you can control yourself. The most dangerous aspect of that trade is you. Okay? And yes, and logical domain encapsulates the exact thing that I have not said yet. If you're going to do this, be happy with what you're holding. Now, let me tell you on the back side of this. If you buy in at 30, 32, 33 cents, and this thing goes to $1, you just made 300% return on your money, give or take. That's not bad. Your broker would do backflips to be able to hand you 300% return on your money inside of a year. Inside of 6 months, I firmly believe we'll be close to $1, if not exceeding $1 by the end of the year. But 6 months is a long time. 5 months is a long time for some people that can't leave their bags alone. You know what I'm saying? Never give them your money. You got it right. Yeah, the guy who's writing that Crypto Max, he's learned. He's been around for a while. He's lost a pretty fair amount of money. He's got an expensive education under his belt. I was with him the whole time he was doing it, so he's learning. I'm watching him. He's getting better at it. All right, so B-Chain. So we're going to be doing 15-minute charts on the rest of the broadcast here, guys. All right, so again, here's another one of these deals. Now, again, we've fallen out of this chart. We're just tracking, if we had another imaginary, if we were to take that and just move it down, you could very easily see where we're walking across the top part of the next lower down chart. So, and that's exactly what it is doing. I'll just let that go back where it's at, put it back. But so we're basically doing that. Now, to look at this is basically doing the same formation that the other charts are. So the time frames are still the same. So from when this formation started to effectively still in it, we're at 11 days, guys, and 11 days, 1 hour. We've got to do something. We've got to break up or break down. We just can't keep hanging around here because you look at these formations. Well, here's one from here to here. Let's look at this. How long did it take to go from here to here? Well, it took 12 days, and 12 days, 1 hour, 30 minutes. So this illustrates my point. You go for a certain period of time, and it just has to break, and it breaks very convictingly the other direction. So we can go back and find another one, see if I'm some of these run far less, but when they start to get a little long on the tooth, that's when they start to become a sucker bet. When you start to get into day 10, day 11, day 12, and you just see a very, very tight formation up or down, I don't want to say sure thing, but I mean it becomes increasingly easier to bet against the house, so to speak. That it's going to go down because generally you don't come out of a formation like this and just pump straight up. You just don't. Sometimes you do, but not always. Statistically, I like to use that word a lot because that's what I specialize in statistics. Statistically, you stand the chance of doing your correction going down. So we've already kind of done a little sideways. We're doing something here. So what are we going to do? Don't know yet. We might go a little bit further, but eventually I reckon we'll probably come down here to this line right here, break down about 50%. The reason I say that is because we have a lot of historical support and resistance going all the way back. Tons of it right here. I didn't even have to see this to know that it was there. So we'll probably break down. Again, that would also be something we call an opening and a closing move. It'll probably come down about that far. Now, from there, what happens? Who knows? But this is the predicted move that should play out probably fairly soon. Unless Bitcoin throws us a massive pump out of nowhere, which... Okay, so our free call, this is the one we do. So if you guys are joining us just recently, my name is Red Baron, and join us at theunfairadvantage.chat. And so you can do that. If you do that, that's where you get access to me 7 days a week. I'm usually posting and stuff like that. And sometimes I'll do a free call. OMG is one of the free calls that we started this, and I just stay on this for free. Don't have to spend any money. Don't have to subscribe to anything. I just maintain this as a free call. Look at that. There's that channel again. So... you guys that got in on this, I'll bring you up to speed that some of you guys don't know what the prediction is long term on this. This thing has fallen to $4.50 right now. Our AI long-term program called Anubis that's built into our charts, that's built into the data collection that I have sitting next to my left leg here on the floor. We have 100 terabytes of statistical data. And what it's doing is it's comparing all of the different charts together, all the market leaders, all of the potential swing highs, swing lows, and it's giving me the averages on what's the best, what's the forecast, just what's good, what's bad, what's indifferent. OMG is predicted to go $20 to $25 within the next 12 months. And so even if we don't hit anywhere close to that, that's a magnificent free call return just for listening to some guy on YouTube. This is another one of those ones where I called it, and right after I called, I said, hey, you might want to get in on this. Started pumping. Then the market started going shitty on us, and everything started to go to south. But I said, guys, you could probably sell, and a lot of you did. I said, or you can hold. If you're, I don't like people holding for 6 months. I think that's a little ridiculous. But I said you can hold if you want to, because if you're not comfortable with taking an exit, just know that your day will come around soonish if you can manage to control it. So some of you guys did hold. You're still holding, and that's fine. So it'll come around to $20 to $25. Now from there, it'll go higher than that. But I don't want to get all exuberant and get you guys pumped up too high. So I'll just give you the sufficient amount of air to inflate you on this for right now, and that's fine. $20 to $25 is a hell of a good rate of return. That's 5x from where we are right now. Now, if this goes lower, and it will, when this goes lower, you can get up into the potential 15x. Not too shabby for a free call. So this is something we maintain at our Discord all the time. So, and that's my free gift to you. Now, where would the pullback be on this from where we're at? Now we're just crossing this fib line. This is another thing too. I'm not a fan of these things. By the way, most of these goofballs on YouTube use this because they don't know how to use them. If you don't know how to set these things up correctly, then you're just making pretty lines. And, trust me, I could make a line anywhere on this chart and convince you that I know what I'm talking about. But I'm about to show you something here that will convince you that I do know what I'm talking about. So when I put this line on here, look how close to magic this is. Walks right down the inside of that line, falls out, comes up, hits that, goes across, interferes with that one, walks along that thing, crests my AI line, goes outside, my thing comes back down in, walks right inside of these channels. Every time it hits one of these things, it hits it. Now we're getting ready to cross it again. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to move. It's going to do something. Now, what's it likely to do? It's likely to fall. If it's going to follow standard TA, it's likely to fall. Where would it fall? Probably to the double AI line right here, 3.618. And if it continues to fall further from that, it's going to fall down here. And when it continues to fall, certainly it'll fall right down here into this. So you're looking at a drop from where we're at here down to here, eventually probably 20% within the next week and a half. Pretty convicted by that. Not too put off by that at all. By the way, this was a couple calls that went in a long time ago. Perfect hit right there. Perfect hit right there. Not only did it hit it, it came back and hit it again and again and again. So this is when we do these calls, just out of nowhere. It might take a while to get to them, but that was a matter of 10 days, 10 hours. And that's usually a long time. Most of the time when I make a prediction, usually it'll play out within about 3 to 5 days. But worst case scenario, most of the time. But sometimes they can go. They can go about a week and a half. But generally after about 15 days, I have to kind of put it on the back burner and start making shorter term predictions. But most of the time, they will. If I'm still in the yellow, most of the time they'll play out generally within about 10 days, 10, 11 days. So we're getting very, very close again with this. So we've had that same amount from about here. We've had that same amount run down as we had a run up. This thing's ready to do something, guys. Either it's going to come up out of this fervently, which I really don't believe that it will, or otherwise it's going to start breaking down and revisiting lower lows, which could probably basically put us in the first move, probably right in that general area right there, at least to the top of the box, and then on down into the rest of the box. All right, what else can we talk about here? So here's Reef. This is, I'm gonna have to go back to my platinum. He hasn't got all the charts completely done. So let's go back to the regular platinum. So if you guys are subscribing to platinum, this is what your platinum subscription looks like here. Standard platinum looks like this. Kind of boring compared to the good stuff now, isn't it? Still a lot of people have made a lot of money using this. So this used to be the gold standard. So now it's silver. So anyway, going back down here, so let's take a look at 1 inch. Let's take a look at Reef, and let's take a look at Matic and Populous, and let's see what else we want to take a look at here. I want to talk about that one, and also, yeah, I think we'll talk about that, and then we'll call it a day after that. So 1 inch. 1 inch, again, having that huge run up. Something's about to happen, guys. We're about to get the move. Something's about to happen. It's going to be a good one, too. Probably likely to break down to this range right here, to the low end, or probably that same distance up. So you basically got a move up to here or a move down to here. That velocity is going to happen. I would imagine after this much run up, we need a pullback, which will put it right here. I really don't think we're going to run up to this. So my prediction generally, if I'm saying that on one, I basically have to say it on all. But you can see that's going to dump us right to here, which we already have support and resistance right there. We got support and resistance there, and there. So we've got, just in the short term, we can go over here and find plenty more. Now, today is Saturday, by the way, U.S. time. Sunday going into Monday, I anticipate being a little bit interesting. Let's just say that. We have several events that are going on here. We're moving into a fresh month. which don't ever underestimate that. From a business standpoint and people moving money around the planet, don't ever, contracts open, contracts close, new things start, new things, or old things end. Never underestimate the power of the start of the month as being a prime mover for anything involving money. It's a big thing. So there's that, and that kind of officially, in my mind anyway, kicks off the start of where we're gonna start heading eventually for the crash. We'll have from the first of that day, August, September. So we've got August and September. So let's say we've got a 60-day window, just to kind of be generic and vague about it. We've got a 60-day window to do the dirty thing and smash this down to the ground. Now let's talk about October for a little bit. Some of you guys are October people, are business people. You understand what October really means to your business. I don't have to tell you guys, if you're business owners, what October does to businesses. It's never good. It's never good. October is just absolutely brutal for businesses. I've never been able to explain it quite, but it just seems like all the bad shit always happens in October. So I'm of the mind, if I'm just speaking generically, that the end part of the 60 days we're about to get into might just be the magic bullet that puts us right down on the floor. Think about it. Any bad financial crash. I'm willing to concede to go 15 days. Let's make it 75 days. I'm willing to go 15 days into October to get the whole dirty thing done. But if you go back and you study your financial markets, you understand anything about the way money moves. Go back and look at how many times something bad has happened in October. I mean, it's almost like you can set your watch by it. Literally, set your watch by it. And Black Monday happened, 1929, blah blah blah, or 1920s crash happened. It always just seems to happen in October. So, and again, let's look at the world stage. What's going on? I mean, by the time what we got going on in the world, what I spoke about earlier in Australia. I mean, you think you guys got problems that are just about to get over with? You know you don't. The worst is yet to come. Sorry, kids, that's the reality of it. The worst is yet to come. Pick a topic. It's all going to get bad. So, speaking of that, by the way, I'm gonna kind of segue into this, and I'll get back into the charts here. So, how many of you guys have subscribed, or how many of you guys bought the last seminar, the last July roundtable? How right was I? A lot of you guys got in on roundtable. Thank you very much, by the way. A number of people have been fed. There's a lot of people with food in their bellies because of what you did. So good on you guys for participating. So that's Chase's little. I won't say charity because I don't want to paint it as an organization. Just something he does, and just because he's hooked up like that. So he fed a number of homeless people with little kids. So is any of that stuff that I told you starting to look more and more like I knew what I was talking about? The question that I want to ask you is this: have you followed? And that is advice. In what I told you in that roundtable. By the way, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go to fibbycharts.com. I had let's just call it I won't call it a rant, won't call it a seminar, just a little time with friends. I let everybody kind of have a chance to listen to the discussions that I infrequently but sometimes do with diamonds. I gave everybody a chance to kind of get in, and so for I think Chase had it set for like a couple $100. You could get in and jump in and listen to what I had to say, and that money was donated to the homeless, and still is being donated to feed people around that live down by the riverbank down here by me and stuff like that. And it's horrible, guys. As bad as it is, this is summer right now in America. I mean, man, when October comes, it's going to get cold here in the Midwest. That lake effect snow is a son of a bitch, man. I mean, it goes right through you sideways. And these people are still going to be living in those tents down by frozen water with no food and no electricity, And there are families down there that have little kids. And God forbid, this just entered my mind, God forbid social services finds out. They'll lose their kids. I mean, it's horrible. Well, it's horrible. And so I go down with him as a private person, and when we do this stuff, we haven't done the bulk of it yet, but I've done most of it myself. And so when we come across these people, we sit down, we listen to their stories, we talk to them. These are human beings. These are not just like, here's some money, go away, feel good about yourself, go back to your mansion. And that's not what we do. I want to hear these people's stories, because when you're in a situation like that, your life is falling apart. The one thing you don't have is someone who will listen to you. And so I spend an awful lot of time listening to these people and sharing their stories and giving them what inspiration that I can give them, And so that's what I do. So where have I been? Not on YouTube. That's where I've been. So in short answer, when I'm not on the charts, that's what I'm doing with my time. So be understanding of the fact that I'm not always on free YouTube, because there's a greater purpose out there. Okay. So anyway, what I was asking is this. So you guys have subscribed to that roundtable. That's the July roundtable. And if you guys are interested in listening, you can do that. Go to FibbyCharts.com and just simply go to the subscription page, find the July roundtable, and subscribe to it. You got 15 days unlimited access. You can listen to me talk. And I'm going to blow your mind with some of this stuff that I drop on you, because I want you to be prepared. Because for what's coming, I am not joking about this, guys. What is coming? My 30 years of world travel, business, I know leaders of countries, people very, very powerful, the people that do make this happen to us. I have associated with a fair amount of them. And so I know exactly what's coming, and I do my very level best. There's certain things I can say, but a lot of it I can't. And, I did my very level best to get you guys to prepare for this stuff. So this might be the finest thing that you ever spend $200 on, and for a noble cause, no less. But how do I get to the roundtable? Just like I just said, just go to, let me just show you real quick. Just go to FibbyCharts.com. Let me, hang on. Just go right here. Just go to subscribe now. Scroll down to the very bottom, right here. What I'm talking about is I'm talking about this event right here, the July event. Now that brings up another thing. We're just about ready to do an August event coming up. And now August starts tomorrow. So I'm going to wait until we have critical mass, because I like to speak to large groups. So August group, now that I've taught you how to save it, I'm going to teach you how to grow it. So phase 2 of Roundtable. This might be the last one that I do. I don't know, because I don't want to irritate my diamonds, because they pay Chase pretty good money for being at their level. So I don't want to steal their thunder. But I think this is information everybody needs to have. So the Roundtable for August. How to take these crypto profits that are coming. We're gonna put a finer point on this. I mean, I'm not done talking about this. Oh, not by a stretch of the imagination. So if you subscribe to this one, you like this one, you're gonna love this one too, because it's one thing to make your money. It's really 3 different disciplines. It's make your money, protect your money, grow your money. Those are the 3 phases of wealth. And if you don't know how to do all 3, you can't be good at 2. You've got to be good at all 3. Otherwise, you will lose it. A fool and his money is soon parted. Trust me, I've seen it many, many millions of times. So what the next August roundtable will be about is we're going to talk about what happens when you become that newly minted crypto millionaire. So all good, cash it out, go buy that dream car, go buy that dream house. No, sir, no, ma'am. That is exactly what you do not do. And so I'm going to show you how how the wealthy do it, because I know the wealthy. There's quite a few wealthy people that are doing exactly this. Some of them are in this Discord. And this is exactly what they're going to do. And I'm not only going to tell you how to do it, I'm going to show you where to do it. We've located some places that are a good start. We're going to add to this list too. So, by the way, also, Chase has told me that we have 15-day access. So here's what I'm going to do for you guys. Or not I'm going to do, this is what he's going to do. Don't be concerned about 15-day access. Once you're subscribed to July, he's going to flip that so you have lifetime access to that July. If you subscribe to July, you can go back and re-reference this, because I trust you're going to want to watch this many times. So we got to talking at dinner, and he said, it kind of was stupid. I should have just made that lifetime. Like, yeah, you probably should have. So everybody who's got a subscription right now to the July, there's 2 videos in there, by the way. I did one, and I felt compelled to kind of expand on that. So there's 2 videos. And by the way, I threw in a 3rd one for you guys. So if you hadn't been there, go back. I have a little something that you didn't realize was in there. There's 3 videos in there now. We're going to have a little talk about BlackRock. So BlackRock, that one there will piss you off. So if you guys are already subscribers, go back and look that up. So in the July subscription, there's 3 videos. All 3 of them are imperative that you know. So now anyway, and that's going to be flipped to be a lifetime subscription. So you guys will be able to go back and access that thing, no problem. So if you get to the August event, it says 15-day access. It's going to be changed up to be lifetime. So don't worry about it. Once you're in, you're good to go. All right. So what we're going to talk about in August is we're going to talk about how to preserve your capital, how to grow it, how to have your money make money so you can go out and live a fabulous crypto life. All right, and Crypto Rich is doing it right now. Went to Tahiti, private chartered plane, $10 million, baby. That's how you roll. That's the Fibby Charts way to roll, man. He's our poster boy. Now, he's living a better life than I am, for God's sake. So, he went out and bought it. Some of you guys don't know. This is a gentleman that came with $150,000 on a story he does not deserve to have $150,000. He listened to, and it was advice. He listened to my real estate advice, and he got the hell out of an apartment slightly before Corona, and he cashed out $150,000, and he took it and he threw it into crypto, and ba-boom, grew it inside of 60 days from 150,000 to over $10.5 million. And he's paid off all his cards, all his house, his mortgage, his school loans. He's looking at a when real estate hits the bottom, and it will, he's going to buy a beach house overseas. And so he went out and bought himself a gorgeous GT4 Carrera Porsche race car. And so nothing in life he wants he cannot attain now. He has everything. So good on you, brother. Good on you. Proud of you. Proud to call you my friend. So anyway, the rest of y'all, we got to get you to that level, and so that's what I want to do. I want to be able to teach you guys, to advise you guys as I safely can without crossing a line as an advisor. And I consider all you guys to be friends. I want you guys all to do well. So no crypto investor left behind. So all right, so let's get back to charts here real quick, and then we'll roll up out of here and let you guys get on with your weekend. So IOTA, this is IOTA. We're going to talk about IOTA in the upcoming, because IOTA is something you really want to know about. Right now it's sitting very quietly in the grass, just laying there at 92 cents. But you have no idea what this thing's about to do. This thing is going to be big. And so we're going to talk about IOTA in the upcoming roundtable. And Flamingo, not going to do Flamingo right now because I got some stuff I got to get to. I got to get this done. I got an appointment I got to get to, Paul. So Flamingo, really not a lot to say about Flamingo right now. So I'm gonna step off that one for right now. So don't worry about Flamingo. Nothing too exciting going on with that right now. But anyway, as far as IOTA goes, it's still following that same upward trajectory. So, but we've got a theoretical downward coming for that. So when that thing falls, we're looking at probably a 46, possibly even a 55% drop when we start getting into drop territory. But where I expect it to fall from here is easily to the 50% range. So first level marker is probably going to be right in that general area. Should you buy that? No. These are just things that I'm showing you to demonstrate my effectiveness as a predictor. So I never want it to be construed that, but you said it was going to. Yes, I did say it was going to, but I didn't tell you to buy. So I'm showing you points along the road to hell, so to speak, is what we've been saying for the last couple of live streams. So hell's down here. So hell for people who are holding their bags and don't know what's going on is down there. So basically, you're just waiting for the bottom to come in. So I know it's extremely boring. Now, Populous is another one. So Populous had a really good pump up there, and no big surprise. Now this thing here will probably pan out also, so I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not worried about that going. But what we're really looking for, ultimately what we're looking for on Populous is we want to see this red box, lower side of the red box, or under. I've said that for a long, long time. We dipped into that bad boy for a little while, walked across the top of that channel there, came up. Populous, you just never know when it's just going to come up out of nowhere. But what we do have now is we have an opening move. Now, opening and closing moves, computers have this weird Tourette's about them. They can't do something without undoing it. They have to have an opening, they have to have a closing. It's just how computers are. They don't, if you understand HTML, you do like if you were to do like if you were doing code. I've done enough code in the last week or so. I'm seeing code in my sleep now. So if you guys that don't understand HTML, let me show you something. So HTML is the code that powers computers. For example, you put a little thing like this and you put your code in there, and you got to put one of those on the end. You just gotta, because if you don't, your code is not going to work, and it's just going to end up just being a bunch of trash on the screen. There's just certain protocols that have to be followed in front of the curtain and behind the curtain with computers, and an opening move and a closing move just is. It's one of those things that I've noticed. No one's ever talked about it, but I've known it to be a fact. And since I've been saying it, it's played out very, very high degree of probability. Now, with closing moves, what you usually get is you get this exact move up, and then you'll get it either executing that way. Isn't it funny how it goes right straight for the double line? Could do that. Could do that. And that would put it right here on the orange. So which way does it go? Depends upon are you bullish or are you bearish. So from this point, we could go to there. From this point, we could go to here. Now, if the market is going to go up, if Bitcoin's going to do a phony little pump, I would tell you right now, the odds are extremely good that you're going to be seeing $3.60 populous. Extremely good. Would I be jumping in the way I would jump in on T-fuel? No. The reason why is because Populous is such a rickety little wild card. I defy any of you to tell me what the fair price of this goddamn thing is, because it's just all over the place. What's the fair price of Populous? Well, when are we talking about it? I mean, it just pick a day, pick a month. This thing is all over the road. See what I mean? It's just, we finally got it down to a certain channel, but by no means does that mean that it's the predictor. So T-fuel has demonstrated a swing high and a swing low, where this thing has not. I mean, you got to remember, this thing has swung as high as $90, and you're talking about a coin that's $2.50 right now. Will we get to that at $90 again? Probably, based upon what this thing does. But when? I'm not going to go out on a limb and tell you. So if I were to be betting on this, and I like this coin, don't get me wrong, I want to own this, but I want to own it at the craziest low price theoretically that I can get, which is probably down here in the sub $1 range. If it gets down in the sub $1 range, I'm all about it. But here's what I'm going to tell you. From this point forward, this is how I view Populous. I know there's money to be made here on this. So again, war between your ears. If you bought it, and I'm speaking theory only, not suggesting or anything like that. If you bought it right now, decent price. Will it go up? Sure, I think it will. How long? I don't know. When? Couldn't tell you. Ask the guy that bought it right here, did he expect to go here? Ask the guy that bought it right here, did he expect it? You just don't know. You don't know, because these things just come out of the blue with Populous, and they're so. But again, sleepers wake up running. Looking at this in a fair market, I probably would have looked at that and said, yeah, they've got a sleeper there, because how many days was that? That was 2 days. That's a pretty slow run. Generally, I start calling them sleepers after about a week. But that's a pretty flat run. I would have expected it to go down. Obviously, I did, because the rest of the market should be going down. But more to the point with this, I would not want to own this right now, because you just never know what this thing's going to do next. But we've talked about the iceberg. You guys that are new to the live stream, go back and watch some of my old live streams and understand what I'm talking. I have a lot of theories and the weird little examples. But iceberg, if the whole iceberg, where are we on the whole price iceberg of this? Well, we're at the lower part of the iceberg. There's much more above us than below us, and that's true at $2.50. But we're not at the absolute bottom of the iceberg, and I believe that to be down here in the red box. So unless and until we are down here smooching the bottom of this, I don't want to have a talk about buying Populous, because there's other things I could do with my money. We might just get a universal smash down. Everything hits the floor. Populous isn't looking like that good of a buy compared to more XRP, or compared to XLM, or compared to Reef, for example, which I do believe to be a far better in the long term than this thing will ever be. Reef is now currently at about a penny. We have it forecasted at about $3.36 in the next 3 to 4 years. So Populous will never do that. So Populous is one of these coins that if you can buy it at the low end, catch it on the swing, rack up a ton of money, yank it off the table, and put it into something that makes sense, that's what you do with Populous. Populous is not a buy it and hold it forever coin. Although it is a respectable coin, it's not the thing that you want to own long term, insofar as I'm concerned. All right, Matic is something you should own long term. Really, I sound like such a hypocrite, because I was telling everybody I'm not a fan of Matic. I'm not a fan of the movement that Matic was doing. Matic is moving up in my respect into the top 10. Again, we're going to talk about Matic and what Matic did. We already did. Red Bear did. And if you go back and look at our historical live streams, we actually have something called Red Bear Review, where we have discussed Matic. Red Bear is one of our techs. He's our resident guru when it comes to coin technology, and we've discussed Matic and its importance, and so we will discuss it more. But the powers that be like Matic, so that means I like Matic. Okay, so Matic is something that you want to own, just not yet. So we're looking at a pullback here again. Where should we fall? Probably to the 2618 Fibonacci and AI line. Probably right down here to this line here. Likely. Why? This exact line? Watch this. Da, 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 da. Measured move. Perfect fit. Isn't that funny? Every single time, guys. Every single time. Just a guess, and look how nicely that fits. So when this thing turns, it should turn that far. Should fall to that line. Historical support and resistance right there. We should do an opening move and a closing move. On a downturn. On an upturn, which will only be temporary, let me show you the other side of the equation, which is just as equally as impressive. If you take that, and let's say we do a pump, look where that puts us that way. Puts us to the top of the channel. So one way or the other, we're either going to do this move or we're going to do this move. So pick your direction. So right now at this point in time, I can't be very decisive because we're in a very, very indecisive time in the market. We're entering a new month next month. We're coming up on Sunday, which is a wild card. Wild stuff happens on Sunday, guys. So, but again, I expect that when it does turn down, this level and this level will come to pass, and then some below that still. So I'm not at all bothered by it. Now, where ultimately do I see Matic going? We'll have that discussion later on because I need to get more data on it. But anything under $1 is nice. But I think that we could probably be talking about 75, anywhere from 60 to 75 cents might be good. But we've got to get down there and gather some data before I can start throwing specific calls on that. All right. Yep, no problem. All right, so that's going to do it for today, guys. Just wanted to get in here so you guys didn't think I dried up and blew away here. So don't panic. If you don't see me, I'll be around. Join us at the unfairadvantage.chat. You guys that are new here, I'm glad to have all you new subscribers. Thank you very much for joining us. Got so much more to show you, so much more to tell you about that has crypto and you name it, and a lot more on top of that. So until next time, be safe, be good, and be good at it. Peace and hair grease, baby.